It's the all-new Sports Visions with Dale Williams and DJ Jones, your 1980 national champions. 1980 and 81 SEC champions, two damn good dogs.
Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Hey, man, I'm fantastic. We are at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Atlanta Falcons, as well as the home of the 2017 or 2018 SEC Championship.
SEC Championship and National Championship, DJ, right here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
All right, coming up in just a little bit, we'll have an opportunity to talk about Auburn, Georgia, Alabama, and Georgia Tech. We'll also have our Falcon report. All that and a whole lot more coming up next on Sports Vision.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
And welcome back to Sports Vision. Dale, high school football is into the second week or second round in Alabama. And of course, the first round was just completed on the Georgia side. We had 9 teams from the local area to go into the playoffs, but now there are only 2.
There's only 2, DJ, and really they're falling like flies. But really, at this time, it doesn't depend on your record anymore. It's a whole new season, and the kids that prepared the most during the summer, those are the teams that are going to continue to progress in the Georgia High School Association.
Congratulations to the Central Red Devils. They've been number 1 from wire to wire. Of course, another round. And again, as we mentioned last week, anything less than a state championship is unacceptable.
Yeah, they're focused over there in Phoenix City again for the state championship. Anything less is not acceptable. That's what they came to do. That's what Jamie Dubo's been preaching on ever since he's gotten out there. He was going to bring a state championship back to Phoenix City.
And of course, Marion County. Big shouts out to Marion County. They're doing a wonderful job, and hopefully they'll have an opportunity to go far as well.
You know, Marion County got that same kind of pedigree, DJ. They always balling this time of the year. They prepare very hard during the summer, and they have a great legacy to continue to live after. But Marion County is a good football team.
And you know, this is our time of year because in about 4 weeks or so, we're going to have our 10th annual Columbus Valley Area High School Football Luncheon, and of course, we are always looking forward to that.
Always looking forward to it. Got a great legacy, great history behind this banquet, you know, from the mission statement to promoting those kids, and we got some of the top athletes in the whole, East Alabama, West Central Georgia, and we got my boy Dabo Swinney coming down to talk.
That's right. The Clemson Tigers head coach Dabo Swinney is our guest speaker this year, and yeah, it was a tough act to follow. We had Kirby Smart last year, and the year before that we had Nick Saban, but Dabo Swinney is the man of the hour this year, and looking forward to him delivering an inspiring message and a motivational message to our young high school athletes as well as the coaches.
I mean, it's going to be a nice, I know he's got a great message, DJ, because he is the most liked head coach there is in college football at this point, and really everybody knows he's a player's coach, and that's what kids want to hear about.
All right, we're going to take a short break. This is Sports Vision.
Hello, everybody. Usually, you know what I'm saying, get off the couch, but I'm here with my man Darryl Byrd here. First of all, before I start talking about Carl, Darryl Byrd want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, number 1 team in the NFL. The record don't say it, but the play show it.
Okay, I guess that's good enough. Hey, listen, you guys got to get off the couch. We got several cars here. We usually have the pick of the week. We're talking about pre-owned right now. I got Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota. We got it all here. You got to come to Headquarter Nissan. You got to ask for Darryl because Darryl got this promotion going on right now. When you walk in there, you got to say, I'm looking for Darryl Byrd because I'm ready to purchase one of these vehicles, and we're going to hook you up.
Give me lifetime oil change. You get $500 off on the used car.
Look at Terry.
And we got Terry Bear coming over here with the Star Wars helmet right now.
Star Wars, The Last Jedi. You The Last Jedi?
No, I don't know about that. But listen,
Nissan sponsoring it again, The Last Jedi.
What I was telling about when you
Is he talking about the Cowboys?
Yeah, he was talking about the Cowboys. We're talking about the pick of the weeks now. We're talking about we got Chevrolet, we got Ford, we got Dodge.
Pick of the week.
Y'all got to come out here to Headquarter Nissan. We're going to hook you up, get off the couch.
I saw a guy this morning. He wanted to know where you were.
Yeah, I know. That was
He
a
said,
get up
"Where's
the couch
James
deal.
at?" He told me to get out the couch and he bought a car this morning. And the reason I have this, The Last Jedi comes out November 15th. Nissan sponsoring the whole movie again. So we're going to be all Star Wars.
That's awesome.
Master the event.
Do we have to put that on?
Now, somebody wore this at my Halloween party. I don't know if it good.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Let's see if it fit.
No, I don't think it'll fit.
What y'all think? Let me know if James can
We're
do
going to
it.
go ahead and wrap it up now. You got to get off the couch, come to headquarters Nissan, Darryl Burr, Terabell. Look forward to seeing you.
Welcome back to Sports Vision. Dale, it's time to now talk college football, and I know that the South's oldest rivalry is at the top of everybody's mind because, again, when you talk about Auburn and Georgia and how they've been going at each other over the years, I don't think that we've seen anybody outmanned quite like we saw Auburn outman Georgia this past weekend.
I haven't seen an Auburn team kind of dominate Georgia like that over years, DJ. I kind of thought about my sophomore year at Georgia when they had Brooks and Cribbs over there, and Auburn, both of them had 200 apiece, but Auburn totally dominated the offensive line and the defensive line.
And again, one thing that you said weeks ago is that the theme for this month was don't believe the hype. And, and that's exactly what you're talking about. You got all these high ratings and rankings right now don't mean a whole lot because November tells the story.
November's going to tell the story, and November's going to dictate on what kind of team that you really are. You can't afford to lose, DJ, in November, but even if you do, if you lost a one-loss team, you got a chance. But now you got to stay focused on how you rebound from a loss, DJ. More so, you can't lose again, and you can win your way into the top, top positions in the College Football Association.
What was so impressive with Auburn in winning and beating Georgia, by the score of 40-17, I believe it was, is the fact that Kerryon Johnson, who was the leading rusher in the SEC, coming into the game, Georgia hadn't allowed a 100-yard rusher, and he rushed for over 160 yards.
And that tells you again that offensive line of Auburn dominated the game. DJ Kerryon Johnson kind of resembled Le'Veon Bell. I mean, really, 167 yards against Georgia. He did a great job. Their offensive line did an even stellar job. And then you have to talk about the defensive line, too, DJ. If you would have told me that Sony Michel and Nick Chubb will only have 46 yards rushing, I would have told you out of your mind. But they dominated. Auburn's defensive line dominated, and Rodney Gardner always has a good defensive line, and they really did the thing.
All right, Georgia has the next man up, as they say, because, again, you're going to get your lumps and your bumps, but it's all about how you handle adversity. Kentucky's coming in, and this is a big day for the Bulldogs.
That's right. It's a big day, man. It's senior day. I think really they're going to really want to go out good. I mean, all those seniors that came back, I think really Nick Chubb and Sony Michel and all those seniors that are going to be the last time playing in Sanford Stadium, I think really they want to redeem themselves and do very well. But don't get it twisted. It's a lot of football to play, but Georgia cannot afford to lose any game.
Let's talk about Alabama, because Alabama had an opportunity to play Mississippi State down in Starkville. Again, a very talented quarterback in Nick Fitzgerald. And you know what? Nick Fitzgerald had his way in the first half against the Tide.
He did, kind of shockingly, DJ. He was controlled a whole lot by Georgia's defense, but I was really surprised to see how he played against Alabama's defense.
And you're talking about, Alabama. Alabama still holding on to the top spot. I know that a lot of teams got beat that were in the top rankings and the top 4 or 5 rankings last week. However, Alabama's holding steady. And then they got Mercer coming in, and what kind of threat was that?
I think really it's going to be a game for player development. Those kids that haven't had a lot of time to play. I think the other thing that a Mercer does, you can kind of cure some of those nicks and bumps and bruises that you have, and you're preparing those guys to kind of sit out this game, DJ, so they'll be ready for the Auburn game.
Absolutely. And again, when you talk about the Auburn Tigers, we know that they're off this week. And we'll just go to Georgia Tech. Taquan Marshall is continuing to do the thing. I mean, every time we talk about Georgia Tech, we have to mention Taquan Marshall, but to beat Virginia Tech, that was huge.
That's huge, home, a great victory, and they're looking for one more victory, DJ. Georgia Tech is looking for one more victory to be bowl eligible. So really, they want to turn up against Duke this week. I think Taquan, again, as long as Taquan got that ball in his hand, 20-plus times, something good is going to happen for Georgia Tech. Because if you can't defend the option, you got to attack the option. If nobody don't learn how to attack that option, Taquan's going to have a stellar game again.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Chick-fil-A Picks of the Week.
All right, DJ, this week we have Alabama will host Mercer. Auburn will host University of Louisiana Monroe. Georgia will host Kentucky up in Athens. Georgia Tech will travel to Durham, North Carolina to play Duke. UCLA will be playing USC at the LA Coliseum. Ole Miss will play Texas A&M, and Texas Tech will play TCU. Don't forget to email all your picks to Dale Williams at sportsvisionsusa.com. Thank you.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
Welcome back to Sports Vision. Dale, November is a month that obviously most teams can't afford to lose in. And I know that the ratings and the polls and all that good stuff has come out. But realistically, it looks good and sounds good, but those teams still have a lot of football to play.
A lot of football to be played, DJ. And, really, we were trained to always play up until the last quarter of the season. November represents the last quarter of the football season, DJ. You cannot afford to lose now. If you lose, you want to lose early. But you can't afford to lose now. Regardless of the rankings, what the college football playoffs people are saying, this is a tough time of the year. You cannot lose. There's a lot of games to be played on all the top teams that are playing.
Now, when you talk about the ratings, and again, congratulations to the teams that made it in the top four, the Georgia, Alabama, of course, Notre Dame and Clemson. You know what? You should be commended. But at the same time, you can't hang your hat on anything less than finishing out the year strong, because no team can afford to lose one at this point in time.
Can't lose, and I remember my boy Eric Russell used to say, DJ, every game that you play from now on is for the national championship. And if you got your eyes set on the national championship, you can't afford to lose in November, one game at a time, but you cannot lose.
Well, one of the things that coaches really have to, to put themselves or their mindset with their team is that they can't read the clippings. And I know it's tough for Georgia right now, because they haven't been on top of the polls in a long time. But I know that Kirby, with all that he has done up to this point at undefeated, this late in the year, he has done something to get these kids motivated and have them focused each and every week.
I think really that's going to be the key point right now. It's going to be Kirby Smart. The coach is going to be very important to keep these guys focused, continue to grind, continue to chop wood, be able to do some things they know they're working on something special, DJ. I think really it's going to be up to the coach to keep these guys, the coaches, let me say, to keep these guys focused. You hadn't won anything at this point, DJ. You hadn't won a thing in a long time. Kirby's been in some big-time games, and we're going to need to depend on his leadership right now.
Before we get out of here, Dale, we're standing right here between the hedges where we played and won a national championship with the University of Georgia in 1980. When it comes to what you remember as far as maintaining your focus, what stands out more in your mind as we were able to chop that wood, as you say, each and every week?
The biggest thing, we kept our routine, DJ. We did everything the same way. We kept working hard in practice. We didn't care about the rankings and the standings, because we came out of the Florida game also ranked number 1 in 1980, but at the same time, we knew we had a lot of work to go. We still had to go through Auburn. We still had to play the Kentucky. We still had to play Tech. So we really knew that we had to keep on winning. Just like my boy Eric said, if you want to play for something, we're going to play for the national championship. In every game, you got to prepare like you're playing for the national championship.
You're right on, and I got, to go along with that, I can remember, not only the coaches policing us, but the senior leadership policing us. I mean, we had, of course, the Chris Weltons, and we had the Frank Rosses, and, of course, the Jeff Hipps. Those guys, they weren't the biggest, they weren't the strongest, they weren't the fastest, but those guys had a lot of heart, and that pretty much was the culture of our team. I mean, my freshman class, we were the talented ones coming in, but not a lot of us were in the primary roles of that national championship team. But those seniors and those guys, what you talk about, Tim Morrison, Nat Hudson, these are the guys, the Eddie Weavers and all those are the guys that I can remember, keeping us together and policing us when we were away from the coaches.
You're exactly right, DJ. And one of the biggest things that we start preparing in the summer. We got work. I mean, Coach Dooley just let it be known. We work them to death. You're going to keep them here this summer, and we're going to work these guys. We prepared in the summer for the championships. And that's basically what you got to do. You got to set your goals way back in the summer. Now everything is in fruition, and they're working on something special, Blair.
All right, it's early. Still a lot of football to be played. We'll be right back after this.
Come on out to the Office Sports Bar and Grill. Whether meeting up with friends, colleagues, or family, you will feel right at home. We have live music from local artists, happy hour from 4 to 6 daily, and outstanding daily specials. The Office Sports Bar and Grill is not your typical sports bar. Come eat and drink like a boss.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Joining me right now, one of the finest running backs in the University of Georgia's football history, Garrison Hearst. How are you, sir?
Well, buddy, how you doing?
You're looking good, man. I asked you a little earlier, were you on the weights? And you said you got some boys to keep.
Got 3 boys. That's all the weights I need right there.
Well, you're looking good, man. I tell you.
Sir.
Proud of you. Made a transition. Not many of us have the opportunity to make the transitions from the ball field into the business world or to private sector. You have a nice, sweet job. Why don't you tell the folks what you're doing right now?
I am called the NFL police. I'm the one the guys generally don't like on the team in the NFL, but I'm the uniform code guy, making sure socks up, shirts in, just the simple stuff of the game that people don't know about.
Now, these guys, if they were doing what you did, you'd be finding them, right? Because you had.
We're not going to talk about that part right there. That's not the point right now.
I got you.
That's true, but right now they got to do the right thing.
Garrison, how's it been going on? Because a lot of folks out there have been, they read about you, they followed you, and now they have opportunity to see you on Sports Vision. Why don't you share with them what's going on with your wonderful family?
I mean, I got 4 wonderful kids, beautiful wife. My oldest son's a senior in high school. He's going to my high school. I have a 10th grade daughter, beautiful daughter, athletic, smart, dancer. 8th grade son who's just as good. He's probably my strong-minded one. I got to keep my hand on him more, and I got a 6-year-old that runs the whole house.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the dogs. I know that, we're coming off of a downtime, but that's football. I mean, obviously, you said it. It's hard to be undefeated, but to go 9-1 and come out of this thing, Georgia can really they can finish this thing strong.
I agree. It hurts right now. Like I told you earlier, it hurts, but you know what? We got that. It's done now. Let's try to squeeze it out and finish the season strong and see what happens. It's hard for teams to go undefeated, like we said before. So now Georgia, we got the loss. Let's build off it and get stronger.
We're really happy that Kirby Smart's on the job because he's one of us. And again, a lot of the tradition has come back. And you made mention to the fact that the guys are coming back. They have a place for you to go after the game, before the game. Talk to us, share with us, folks out there, what Kirby's doing.
Kirby's, I don't know if it's something he's seen somewhere else or what, but now a lot of guys are coming back now that I haven't seen before. I think he's opened the door a lot more for the guys that play there. I think it's great when families come there that have kids that are looking at Georgia and they see former players and their families come back. I think that means a lot to the parents when they feel like, you know what, my son will be taken care of, not so much just on the field and off the field and after football.
Absolutely. Now, before I let you get out of here, I got to talk to you about today, the game today. It's changed so much. These guys hardly practice. They don't have to go out and hit like we used to. What do you think that does for the game?
In my opinion, I don't think coaches get a chance really to see what team they really have until around week 7, 8, in my opinion. When we played, it was 6 weeks or 2 days. And if they could squeeze some more days in there, they would. And by that time, you knew, a lot of things were fine-tuned. Now, teams are starting to come together, and I think you find out a lot more about what's going on with these teams.
You know what, Garrison, I was talking to you a little earlier, and I asked you about the ankle tape situation. I know when we played in high school, college, and in the pros, we were required to have our ankles taped. That's not the case anymore.
Man, you got so much science behind football now, down from your sleeping to the uniform. Even the helmet has science in it now. Now they got science in the way they attack your body for as taping your ankles. They figure now if you train more without taping, without support, the joints and ligaments get stronger. No need to play in it as much. A lot of guys are grasping that situation and running with it now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best that ever played at the University of Georgia, Garrison Hearst. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Darrell Bird at Headquarters Nissan. When Dale and DJ go on the road with Sports Vision, they go on the road with a Nissan vehicle. For all your Nissan vehicle needs, call Darrell at Headquarters Nissan at 706-304-9681.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people. But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Call now. Scott Sawyer with Diverse Power. A new app is now available that will continue our history of providing quality service. The Diverse Power mobile app is now available on iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. The Diverse Power mobile app allows you to pay your bill online, schedule a reminder, check your daily usage, or prepay your energy. You can even use the app to notify us when your lights go out. The Diverse Power app is free to all of the Diverse Power customers. Just contact our customer service office at 706-845-2000 for more information. Sign up today to put the power in the palm of your hand.
Welcome back to Sports Vision. Dale, you and I both have been getting asked questions week after week, especially since Georgia has been ranked number 1 in the poll and Alabama is number 2. But, you know, we were a part of a national championship here at the University of Georgia. And my question to you is the question that we've been getting from everybody. What seems to be the biggest difference media-wise today versus when we were here?
Well, you know what the answer to that is. Social media, man. You know, I can imagine us in 1980 having this kind of attention put on us. Even we came out the Florida game again as ranked number 1, but with social media, you got all these sports network, talk shows. I mean, it would have been a hard deal to deal with, you know, just having, you know, a lot to do, a lot of distractions. That's basically what it means. But really, I'm glad to see all that attention, DJ, because I think the fans deserve it and the students deserve it and all the Bulldog Nation deserve it.
Could you imagine Coach Dooley reading or hearing about us tweeting bulletin board material or Facebooking bulletin board material to the opponents? See, these kids have access to that now, Snapchat and all of these other forms of social media, and it's amazing. You know, again, you have a lot more policing to do. Back in our days, it was only ABC, man. When you were the only show in town, right, you were either the primetime game or you weren't. It wasn't all of these other channels. Now you got all of these channels on ESPN, you got all ABC, NBC. I mean, it's just so many channels, the SEC network. One thing about it is that, you know what, these guys, when you talk about bullseye on your back, right, a bullseye is definitely on their back today in this state of media.
And it's hard to play being the hunted, DJ. It's good to hunt, but when you become the hunted, brings on a whole different level of intensity and passion. But you know what, DJ? I can't even imagine Coach Dooley even wanting us with a cell phone. And I know Eric probably tell you, hey, leave your phones at the door, because some of the stuff we used to go through and talk about, it was not made for television.
Well, you know what we see, though, a lot today is that the coaches, the head coaches particularly, they take the lead and they are taking the shots. They don't want to take the attention off of their players, and I can see that happening with, of course, Kirby Smart and Nick Saban, you know, being that stout, you know, almost ice face guy at the podium, and really not, you know, he's almost intimidating the media into asking questions because they don't want to ask the questions that they want to ask because they're so afraid they might get attacked.
That's right. You know, really, you're right about that, DJ, and really I think Nick and Kirby, based on the Coach Dooleys and the Coach Russell, they are old school, old, passionate, intense coaches. I don't think we would have had a problem staying focused because we had all our coaches, well, they were kind of a little touched. You know, they were kind of passionate, but we were going to play intense. We were going to be focused, and we were going to be prepared. And really, when the kids see it, and I think they see the vision, see where Kirby tried to get them, now they're focused, man. They're ready to make a run.
Well, one thing about it, I can say this, is that they're all kind of different styles still today. You got the old school, as we mentioned, with the first 2 coaches, and then you got the guys like Dabo Swinney and the guy up there in Michigan that believe in, you know, getting a laugh here and there, a little humor. But whatever way it is, one thing that you have to do is win no matter what.
Win no matter what, DJ, and one of the good things about that is that, you know, your players emulate their coaches. I think right now the players are emulating Kirby, just like we emulated Erk and Coach Dooley. We were about our business. We were going to stay focused regardless of the situation. And then when you see something that somebody has talked about, when you see that vision right there in front of you, DJ, it kind of turns up your intensity a little bit. Now, I think everybody's going to stay focused.
All right. We'll take a short break. This is Sports Visions.
Every remaining 2017 Nissan must go at Headquarter Nissan. Over 400 left, and they're all priced to sell. Drive a new Rogue for just $19,800. $19,800. Drive a new Altima for just $17,540. $17,540. That's right, a new Rogue just $19,800. A new Altima just $17,540. And they're all backed by a lifetime warranty. Hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone.
Columbus, it's a Nissan town.
Attention Columbus, Fort Benning, Phoenix City, and the surrounding areas. Sports Visions Entertainment presents the Party Bus Lifestyle. Take a trip with us. Don't worry about driving. 15, 25, 30 of your sorority sisters, fraternity brothers, family, or friends. Get to travel in luxurious lifestyle, in town or out of town visits. Come travel with us and experience the exclusive luxury Party Bus Lifestyle. Call 706-681-1136 or 706-681-5192.
Hey, Steve, check out this guy's leg. Yeah, looks like a real nasty moving back in with his parents.
What? No, I just broke my leg.
No, this is a full-blown move into the basement. You're gonna be out of work. Without that money from Aflac, you might miss your rent.
Oh, I just moved out. Bummer, man.
Hey, I used to have my own place.
Yeah?
Nah, I live with my mom. But it's cool.
Health can change, but the life you love doesn't have to. Keep your lifestyle healthy with
Aflac.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Visions. And Dale, I tell you, to come into Mercedes-Benz Stadium, you look around, everything is bright, shining, and new. We just need this team, the Atlanta Falcons, to get back on board and get back to their winning ways.
They need to get back to their winning ways, DJ. You got to play better, man. You're 4-4. You're right here at midseason. You got to play better. Put everything behind you now and stay in progress and continue to step forward to do better. That's what they got to do.
I tell you what, it's also good to see Garrison Hurst, man. I mean, this guy looked like he literally could just put a helmet on and some pads and go out and play with these guys right now.
He looked like he can play right now. DJ gave us a wealth of information that we really didn't know, off the field information and stuff, being, the fashion police for the NFL.
Absolutely, and that fact about those ankles being taped makes you weak. I beg to differ, man, because I know that I couldn't play without that tape on my ankle, or a spat for that matter.
Yeah, I got to have a spat, y'all. I got to have some tape around my ankles. I need everything I can get during the game, but I definitely didn't want to sprain an ankle.
Last but not least, the college football has a whole new top 5, guys. Top 5, and I know the Georgia Bulldogs fell out of favor, however, with the loss, but still, they have an opportunity to finish strong and play themselves because they're going to have an opportunity to come back and play in this building on December the 2nd and play in the SEC championship game.
That's right. One thing about Georgia, ranking, as long as you keep on winning, DJ, you'll keep going up in the polls, especially now. And then when you play in the SEC championship game, you can get right back in that top 4. We don't need to be number 1 right now, DJ. We just need to be in the top 4.
Last but not least, don't forget, Wednesday, December 13th, 11:30 at St. Luke. Make sure that you have an opportunity to have your face in the place because we have tickets and tables available. Contact me, DJ Jones, at 706-681-1136-681.
5192, 681-5192. They got it. But go on our website, DJ, tell them what they can do.
SportsVisionsUSA.com. Check it out. You can check the show out. You can check everything that we do out on our website. I tell you what, Dale, that's going to do it for all the time I have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Be sure to check out our Facebook page, Sports Visions TV Show, or our website, www.sportsvisionsusa.com.